Right. You're limiting yourself by the declaration of war to an accepted set of practices and standards. Where if you just say, "Look, we're over there, because we want world peace," and they look, there's clearly not peace there. Yeah. I mean, we're digressing for the fact that we haven't declared war. The idea that Trump is a peaceful president is just as preposterous. They're all peaceful presidents. We haven't had any wars. We've had a compliant Congress that refuses to engage in any kind of accountability.
Okay, but I mean, did we get into any new conflicts with him? Not using the word war.
Yeah, he unilaterally decided to target and assassinate other world leaders, and then brag about it. Soleimani, Baghdadi. I mean, there's multiple people he targeted and killed, and I'm sure there's a bunch we don't know about. Yeah, the idea that he's a peacetime president is just as foolish as the idea that
Soleimani guy. It's possible that I just bought into the shit I read on him, which was actually kind of anti-Trump, but it was saying that he was responsible for quite a few of our, many of the deaths in, Afghanistan and shit.
No one in the Middle East who killed United States soldiers deserves to be convicted of what they've done. If you invade my goddamn country and you don't even declare war, what a fucking chicken shit thing to do, right? Imagine, what are the people of Iraq
but we didn't invade his country.
We did invade his country.
Iran?
We invaded Iraq. We invaded Afghanistan.
Yeah, Iran.
Okay, I don't care. Every single person in that region has every right to murder indiscriminately American citizens over there taking arms against them. Full fucking stop. And you know what? Iran was only avoided invasion because they were strong enough to actually give the military-industrial complex pause. Every single sand nigger that has ever killed an American citizen in the Middle East deserves absolution. They could not be fairly convicted in a fair court. You could not have a trial and say, "Hey, why were you there and why was the American there? And what was the justification for the American's presence there?"
If you're going to put them all in one group, then they all did 9/11.
No, they didn't all do 9/11.
Well, I know, but
just like all of the people in the United States. Look, if you come into our country and you commit a terrorist act, we're going to kill you, and we're not going to be bad guys for doing it. If we go into your country and you kill us, you're not bad guys for doing it. It's pretty simple. No one in the Middle East is a bad guy because they've done everything possible to push the United States and all of its bases and all of its partners and all of its bullshit out of the region. And the United States people don't even want to be over there. We're only over there because Israel wants us to be there. Because, I say this, and I say it with increasing conviction. If the people in the United States ever woke up to their best interests, Israel would cease to exist in the next 2 years. They would be just completely overwhelmed. It is only through the constant workings of the United States and the West at large, clandestinely and clearly, that they exist and that they continue to expand their territories. There's this common misconception that the 6-Day War was this disaster for Egypt. El Normo's probably one of the people who would tell you, the 6-Day War was a disaster for Egypt. But if you actually look at what happened in the 6-Day War, Israel sued for peace because they were getting their asses handed to them, and Egypt completely retook the territory that Israel had fucking stolen from them.
Not accurate. Not accurate. We took out their entire.
What does that mean?
Their entire air force before they ever left the ground. Then we took the Sinai, which increased the size of Israel by 1/3, and then we encircled their troops, and they begged us to back off. And the terms were they had to acknowledge the existence of Israel.
Norma, who holds the Sinai?
Hang on.
Who holds the Sinai?
Hang on.
So you hang on. Who holds the Sinai?
Question to the end.
Who holds the
We
Sinai?
then held it for 20
Norma, I'm going to ask you one more time.
We
Who took the Sinai? Who owns the Sinai Peninsula?
Question at the end. I was in the middle. questions at the end. We then held the Sinai for 20 years until Egypt traded it.
Yeah. So they, so it's funny that he's boldly, advancing. Like we took the Sinai. We took the Sinai. Yes, you did. You stole that fucking territory from Egypt, and they took it back.
Haven't
It
you?
looks like I got my wars confused here because
Haven't you ever seen the Moshe Dayan?
it's the October War. Hold on, let me correct myself. I want to correct myself before. It looks like it was the October War where they retook the Sinai Peninsula. Let me confirm that.
Well, Norma was right.
Norma was right that it was not the 6 Day War. So the October War, which came after the 6 Day War. Yeah, but there's this misconception that Israel never lost a war, and that they don't need help. They even say the same. They don't need the United States. I mean, Netanyahu said, no one helps us. No one cares about us. But if the United States and the West pulled out of the Middle East, if we recognize our own interests were not served there, they would be fucking raped and killed and butchered in the most spectacular ways, and it would be over in a fortnight, and it would be over. It would be peaceful. And then you'd have, you'd actually have people like Gaddafi and, people who actually understood the territory and how to rule those people. People like
Aren't you just pontificating? I mean, you're hypothesizing the destruction of Israel. I mean, it's not going to happen.
God, hold on, I just came.
There's millions of men there that are men at arms. It's not going to happen.
I mean, look, all we can do is war game, but I think it'd be very difficult for you to come up with evidence-based scenarios where Israel exists after the United States and the West broadly pull their clandestine and what is the opposite of clandestine?
Opposite of clandestine, which is secret, which is non-clandestine.
There's got to be something better. Let's see. Antonyms for clandestine. Antonyms, not synonyms. God damn.
Non-clandestine.
Public. Let's just say clandestine and public. All the support clandestine and public was revoked. Overt. There it is. Oh, clandestine and overt.
Can't we talk about something else other than J words? Otherwise, you become an N word.
We're not talking about J words. We're talking about war. We're talking about the United States, why it declares war, why it doesn't declare war. We're talking about the conception that Donald Trump is a man of peace. It's a lack of accountability at large in government. This has nothing to do with Jews any more than
I don't know. When you kicked El Normo from the room, I saw Abby emit an emoji, and that is like, I know you two have your thing going on, whatever this thing is, but
fuck Norm.
You're jealous?
No,
He is jealous. You can't help it. How could any man on the app not be jealous, Abby?
Men and women are jealous of love, but what you guys have is not love. It's a sickness. It's a hatred.
I love the sickness.
What is up? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
So what makes you decide to call yourself Lizzo?
What?
You just wrote Lizzo, but with different letters.
Lizzo. Maybe I'm missing it. Is this in the chat?
No, never mind. Yeah, did you see that Donald Trump, that Israel is starting to bomb West Bank already?
Yeah.
And I already told this, and people are going to be like, you never said that. Yes, I said. West Bank is next after Gaza.
Yeah.
What are the towns or cities in West Bank that are considered?
They're gonna annex it for Israel. Israel's too small.
But how can you annex it when the population is very dense and there's a lot of Arabs, Palestinians living there?
How they did Gaza?
A false flag attack.
I don't know. Maybe other ways. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if they're not. It's not like a. I mean. Anyways, okay, well, great. Conflict is the norm. I don't understand. What's the point?
Expansion.
Here we go.
Expansion.
Just for posterity, for the record, I confuse it with the fact that it started on the 6th of October. It wasn't the 6-day war. It was an operation that commenced on 6 October 1973. A good date for Hamas if they could have just gotten, one day earlier, where they successfully commenced Operation Badr and to retake the Sinai, causing Israel to sue for peace and completely withdraw, turning the territory back over to Egypt.
So, does it even really matter anymore, man? I think Trump.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter, man, because you're a fucking cuck, man. Because you're a fucking intel cuck, man. Because you're just gonna vote for Trump or vote for Kamala. You're never gonna do shit, man. You fucking pussy ass bitch. It doesn't matter for you, man. You might as well just fucking get some benzodiazepines and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
You
fucking
retard. Benzos and shove them up your ass, Diogenes.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Proof it, baby, proof it. Ah!
You're gonna have to make room up there. I've already got my coffee capsules.
How the fuck you been, motherfucker?
Good. How you been?
Rock and rolling. Not on this fucking app so much. I don't have my kid today, so I'm like, let's hop on Clubhouse, see what these fucking deranged maniacs are doing.
Why do you dislike Israel, but not the 30 other Arab Muslim countries that it's surrounded by? I mean,
No. You're missing the forest for the trees here.
forest for the trees.
You're missing. You're seeing one tree, and you're in that. The metaphor here is that the tree that you're focused on is that I'm saying that we should withdraw our support from Israel, and it would evaporate. And the reason that it would evaporate is the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Is because then the United States would no longer be embroiled in these partway in, partway out conflicts with no decisive start, middle, or end, which simply serve to enrich and empower the entrenched deep state military-industrial complex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm all for
it's not that
cutting.
I have any bone to pick with Israel per se. If the functions of the state of the Israel are carrying out now were carried out by any other Middle Eastern power and we were supporting them, like after we got out of Israel, the real interesting question would be what happens in Saudi Arabia, right? Because we entered into an agreement to protect them a long time ago. And let's be clear, unless Abby tells me I'm wrong, I'm confident that Israel sees Saudi Arabia as a threat. And
So
they want Saudi Arabia to be.
Why doesn't Israel take out Saudi Arabia and take all their oil resources and declare a new, more expanded Jewish kingdom? I mean, have you met Saudis?
They're on their way right now.
They're on their way to
expanding in
Riyadh?
every direction. Abby, which directions are they not expanding in? I mean, I know they're going into Syria.
Ask yourself how much do they have to expend religiously. If you look at the map of Israel, what it's supposed to be, then it's just the 12 tribes of Israel.
What?
For the Messiah, quote unquote.
There's no 12 tribes. There's one tribe left. It's called Judah, which is the Jews.
I know.
And the rest of the world is
12 tribes from the past.
Well, if you really believe that.
You can say that they're just trying to bring about the apocalypse, man.
According to the Torah.
They're trying to bring about the end times.
Okay.
It's like, dude, that's not cool, man.
Hold on. Edmund, if you look at the Greater Israel Project,
is that like part of Project 2025?
So look, do you think that Benjamin Netanyahu has power in Israel?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so I think he does too, and he held up a map of the Greater Israel Project, which includes like a third of Saudi Arabia. So let's be clear.
Come on, dude. I mean, you can hold up maps and gaslight and be a politician. I mean, the point.
Yeah, you can. Yes. You can hold up a map and say, "Look, these people's territory. We think it belongs to us." Yes, you can do that, and that has repercussions.
Well, I want to ask Abby about the 12 tribes of Israel.
Look, if you hold up a map and on your map you say, hey, here's my friend's state. I think part of that belongs to me. We're gonna have words.
Dude, I don't know. You'd have to show me the actual picture of him holding up the Greater Israel
Okay,
map
just
picture.
Google it.
Just Google
Greater
it. Holy
Israel,
shit.
Netanyahu.
No, I'm lazy. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Do you want
Uncontroverted.
me to
It's literally.
Yeah, PTR it, Abby.
That's too much.
Anyways,
Okay,
I guess
I'll find-
my
I'll
point
find
is
some-
like, it's fun debating it, but does it just not become masturbation after enough time where you guys are literally wasting your
He's
own
kind of
lives
like
talking
breastfeed.
about the topic?
She's just upset.
I'm not upset. I'm trying to
No,
prioritize my own
you're
life,
not doing
but
what-
this is not my priority anymore.
What is your
But
priority?
yet again, you talk
My
about
priority
issues.
is essentially, I mean, since I have no children, I really do believe that, financial sustainment and trying to find a wife or a woman to have a child with is an important, next step in my
Correct.
life.
That's correct. Yeah.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. It's a trap.
Don't say that. Don't say that. He made a bad choice.
Surrogate. Pay some.
You fucked a whore. You fucked a whore, and now you have to deal with the consequences of that, Steven.
This guy,
I did,
I
I did,
remember.
I
Don't
don't
blame, but don't blame virtuous women for your bad choices in women.
There are no
Dumbass.
virtuous women.
That's you're just giving yourself away as someone who has been so hurt that he can't see truth.
Yeah. You went with a way too young woman who was mentally unstable.
Wait, if you go with a woman who's younger than you, like
Way
seriously younger than
I'm
you,
talking
and you
about
can't
way
and you can't
younger.
keep her, you fucked up big time.
I mean, obviously, he's all the time high on cannabis. We
Steven,
don't
you
want
gotta
to say
understand.
that-
Well, yeah, Edmund, if you want the highest possibility of success, you need to find yourself a virgin. That's just the way that it is.
It's
Yeah.
very
They're not
difficult.
capable of love.
Maybe I should go to a foreign country, like Poland.
No, I don't think you should
No.
do that.
Definitely.
No, what you need to do is you need to get involved in your local community, and you need to put yourself in situations where you're going to be around people who have not, fornicated.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, man, those women are in church for a reason, man. Don't
Not
trust
church. You're not going to find them in church. They're not in church.
I know they're at the local, LGBTQIA and vegan farmers market meetup.
Correct. That's right.
But
Oh my God, not
Hey,
vegan
man,
farmers
vegans
market.
taste like chicken.
they don't do coupons at vegan farmers markets, Abby. The margins are too low.
That's not true.
That's fine.
That's not true. That's not true. They do.
Well, Danny has a child, and she sounds like she's not, altogether that happy
Yeah,
with
the
her
one that
life
she neglects.
situation.
That's
She
nice
was always
of you to
fun of-
say.
Okay, let's just be
That's
clear,
actually
Edmund.
okay.
Neglects.
Hold on. Let's be
she's
clear about
always
what a
making fun of
non-starter this
my-
is. Well, Abby, this is a non-starter because I promise you, Danny didn't have a baby with the first man she fucked.
She literally was talking about fucking, sexing, whatever in front of her child yesterday. Like,
Wow. Why does she have a mod
My
badge then?
point.
Why is
My
she
point
modded?
Was it?
My
yeah,
point
you
is,
were.
to the argument I was making, Edmund, to your search for a woman and to have a child and to avoid what Steven says is a mistake, is you want to find a woman who is not.
It's a trap, not a
other
mistake.
men.
It's a trap.
It's
Oh
not
my
a trap.
God.
It's
Okay,
not a
keep
trap.
single.
So
Better.
the reason Danny and Steven are having bad experiences is because they in Steven's case he got with a whore, and in Danny's case,
I
well, it's
don't
because
have a
he
bad
is
experience with my
Yeah,
child.
you
I never
complain about
once
your husband
complained
24/7.
about my child. My child is perfect. I have no complaints about my child. My partner, on the other hand, that's a different story. Let's not
How
talk
many
about
men?
it.
How many men did you fuck before you had your baby?
She's not gonna give you honest answer.
Okay, noted.
But how many men did you fuck before you had your children?
0.
That's
That's the point, honey.
Dumbass.
I wonder if Dr. Francine, Dr. Francine, can you weigh in on
But
any
you
of
know
this?
what? You know who couldn't answer that question? What's his name?
Lizzo.
Not Liz. Well, there's the problem. If you fucked other men, you made your bed, lie in it.
He's been saying that he's gay recently. Maybe he means being happy, but
Yeah,
Who's that guy?
I'm
You
taking
know,
ownership of the word gay. I can't
if
let
I had a
LGBTQIA own that
cousin, a
word.
female cousin who's like a virtuous woman, I would have tried to matchmake you with her.
Wow,
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a fine, catch me a catch.
me a catch.
Matchmaker, matchmaker.
To be the envy of all I see.
I mean, how can you salivate over the destruction of Israel and then sing Barbara Streisand from Fiddler on the Roof?
I wouldn't holler if you were as handsome as anything.
Excuse me?
We gotta sing the whole song.
That could induce a Streisand effect.
No, the fact is that I watched all of the pro-Jewish movies growing up because my poor Polish mother didn't recognize that it was propaganda.
Aw.
So we watched The
I knew
Hiding
you
Place.
were Polish.
You are my hiding place.
Because you know your father was Jewish.
you're definitely my hiding place, Dad.
She was singing about Shabbos. What are you talking about?
Anyways, if the United States pulled clandestine and overt support for the state of Israel, it would cease to exist.
I just don't think that's true.
I mean, yeah, how could you possibly argue otherwise? So, do you believe that right now the United States is fundamentally meaningfully supporting the state of Israel?
Of course they are.
Okay.
Don't ask obvious questions. The point is they have a perpetuity, meaning that they have their own central bank as their own independent little empire and fiefdom. You can't stop that.
Listen, you know what? There is something more important than money, and you know what it is?
Guns.
Violence, yeah. It's the capacity for violence. And you know what Nazi Germany did?
What?
They showed that money is just a tool, and that guns are much more effective means of settling disputes. And they went from being the weakest, most broken European country to the strongest, and to almost winning a war against three major powers.
Isn't that crazy though? Because in World War I, they were not broke. They were very prosperous, but
I mean, they were on the yeah, that's right. They were up and coming. They were considered, this is why everyone allied against them.
They were 15 miles from Paris, and when they signed this fucking bullshit, in the fucking train, the Versailles Treaty, they fuck. How could they fuck themselves like that? They fucked themselves. Why would they do that?
Man, I don't know what you're suggesting about the Treaty of Versailles. I don't really understand the inner workings of.
I don't know it that well, but the point is that the Treaty of Versailles led to Weimar and to hyperinflation.
Right, but I don't think Germany was winning World War I. I mean, they might have been 15 miles from Paris, but they were tens of thousands of miles away from meaningfully defending.
No, isn't that the whole thing with Adolf Hitler, where he says that they were sold out in the Treaty of Versailles, that they were about to win?
That wasn't the whole thing. It was people try to reduce Adolf Hitler to just really being a one-trick pony when he's so far from it. There was a robust, complex, and fully featured political philosophy in National Socialism that was novel, traditional, natural, and progressive, and ultimately achieved something that I don't think has been rivaled by any other nation.
Really, you don't think you could compare it to any other fascist country that was emulating Adolf's movement?
First of all, the National Socialists were not fascists. I'm surprised to hear you make that uninformed remark.
No, I mean, I'm talking about like Japan in particular.
People do this all the time. They think, fascists. This is why there's a public misconception that the Germanic peoples as represented by National Socialist German Workers' Party and Adolf Hitler as their
I'm
premier.
not talking about the specifics. I'm talking about
consider themselves to be inheritors of the Roman tradition when they didn't. You know who did? The fascists. You know who they were? The Italians.
right. Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, that's accurate, but
Germans, Adolf Hitler maintained publicly, loudly, and clearly, as a facet of Lebensraum, that the Germanic peoples had never been conquered, that they had not been intermarried and interbred out of a distinction with their other races like the Romans. The Romans came up to the Germanic tribes and got their asses handed to them, and it ultimately resulted in the destruction of the Roman Empire, fighting this war they couldn't win against the Germans.
but
They
that
didn't consider themselves Adolf Hitler did not depict the history of the Reich as being an extension of the Roman Republic. In fact, he categorically denied the authority of Rome.
didn't he have a treaty with them and a deal with the Pope?
Absolutely. So the inner workings of the agreements and disagreements between Mussolini, who called him, what is it called, El Duce, and Adolf were well documented, and Adolf absolutely despised his forced alliance with the fascists in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't like it. He had to do it. And again, if you look at what the actual actions were, some of the actions taken by Mussolini directly contributed to significant military defeats, and ultimately contributed to Germany's, or the Axis, losing World
Well,
War
what does
II.
that tell you about the Italians?
That tells us what we need to know. Fuck them.
Well, yeah, that tells you what you need to know.
Fucking wops. Stupid fucking wops. That's right.
See, the truth is, the Italians have more style than German socialists, German, Nazis. Like,
Don't
Italians,
say Nazis. Say National Socialists.
National Socialists.
Yes,
And thus, that's why they were not a reliable partner.
Pernod and Husband, Lang, and like.
You're in the Matrix, Dr. Danny. Dr. Diogenes, one final question. What in Japan? They had the emperor, they had their expansion into China. What made Japan distinctively different than Nazi Germany or the National Socialist movement in Germany?
You're asking what distinguished Japan from the National Socialists?
Yeah.
Sushi?
I don't understand the question. I mean,
Because when I said that, the Germans were fascists, you immediately corrected me and you said the Italians were fascists. But what were the Japanese then? They were just imperialists?
No, they were monarchs, right? They were monarchists. They had an emperor. Their emperor was their
god and king. Yeah.
Yeah, their god king. And he was the beginning, middle, and end of everything political. And everything else was just to advise him. He had wasn't that one of the last true institutions with the divine right of kings, like
Yeah, that's true. Well, the monarchs in Europe are still around today, so that's not true. I mean,
we know that they're not real. They don't have any power.
Well, they have communication power.
The emperor had real power at the time of Imperial Japan's downfall. He had real power.
So do you think, though, because I've heard Elon under Adrian Dittman's burner account talk about dictatorship, do you think that America is entering into a dictatorship?
No. So as a lot of people, as Gio likes to say, de Tocqueville, an appropriate criticism of liberal democracy is that there's no one to hold accountable. And so you see this paucity of accountability and responsibility, which ought to be manifest in actual punishment. If you have a monarch, you know exactly whose head you have to cut it off because he is responsible for everything. In the United States, you have no one who will ever claim to be in charge of anything, right? Trump constantly says, it's the other guy, they fucked everything up, but we're gonna fix everything, we're gonna make it all good, I'm gonna make it great, I'm gonna make it good, all the bad things that happen are not my fault. But a monarch, says everything is my fault.
Wait, you're not a patriot or a nationalist, correct?
I'm a national socialist.
But you're not a patriot, right? I mean, I just get the feeling that you're a chaos.
How can I not be a patriot? How can I not be a patriot when I believe in the blood and the soil? When I believe in the place of my birth and of my territorial imperative, my natural loyalty to the people of my birth.
It's to Adolf Hitler's Nazi party. That's your political belief system.
No, it's not Adolf Hitler's National Socialist German Workers' Party. Because why would I, an American, born in America, an inheritor of the sacrifices of my forebears, claim a primary allegiance?
Diogenes, I got a quick question. I'm sorry to cut you off, but are you saying that you're indigenous to the United States of America? Because, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, whose blood are we celebrating? Are we celebrating the, complete annihilation of one of the last fucking, untouched civilizations in the fucking world?
We are absolutely celebrating the prosperity and territory that we enjoy because of the sacrifices of our forebears. Absolutely. And it would be foolish to do anything other than to recognize and to take up that mantle and to responsibly, conservatively steward.
Well, what about
that
the people
inheritance
that were here before we got here and didn't want us here, but we had, our forefathers had, better arms than bows and arrows, and I mean, come on, man.
White power.
Seriously.
I mean, look, do you enjoy civilization? Hold on. Do you enjoy civilization, Stephen? Do you enjoy running water and plumbing? And, if you like those things and you want to be a part of an energy surplus generating civilization, then you're going to need to get right with the white.
Okay, now you're fucking going down a path that's just absolutely ridiculous, because I live next to a creek. I have fucking running water, all right? Number two,
but it's not because of the Indians.
Oh, yes, actually, I live in a valley called Norapalm Valley, and it is fucking completely one of the most untouched fucking parts of fucking California there is, number one.
Oh my God, he's a Californian.
Yes, oh God, I'm in California. No shit, at least I ain't a fucking goddamn New Yorker.
Wait. Not a lot is worse than a California, you gotta be honest.
I'd have to agree with the majority of Californians, but I'm not, I've traveled outside of California. I've seen the world a bit, and it's not as rosy as people fucking think it is here. It's pretty fucked up, twisted, fucking demented, and
no, that's what I'm saying. California is extremely fucked up.
Here's the gig about California, and I'll completely admit it as a native-born Californian. We have led our fucking bullshit throughout the world, through our fucking media and our fucking. Do you realize? Here's a good reason why we can't fucking find any faithful women these days. 90% of hold on, Abby. You might appreciate 90% of rom-com fucking romantic comedies are based on a fucking woman or a man cheating on the person they're with to get with the quote-unquote love of their lives, okay? So that's how twisted the fucking state of California is, because that's what we portray throughout the fucking world. So don't tell me I don't know how twisted California is.
Okay, talk about the running water now.
Wait, I got a question for Diogenes. Dr. Spooner, if, since you are technically a patriot, I mean, if you were empowered, by the federal government to take up arms or to be in a position of authority and lead thousands of men, what work would you do to essentially help rectify the state of affairs?
What work? It's not about the work that I would do. Ultimately, the biggest problem that is facing the population within the region known as the United States of America is that they have no consistent law. They have no consistent law enforcement. They have no shared consciousness. They have no identity. And it's all been stolen from them by ruthless oligarchical profiteers. mercenaries who have no loyalty to the blood and no loyalty to the soil. So the first and most important thing to do would be to establish who is who and to whom this territory or that belongs. That would require the immediate identification and deportation or indentured servitude or slavery for all illegal immigrants in the country. That's a huge project, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's a lot of work they can do, and they can either work towards their plane ticket out, or they can work as long as they'd like. Citizenship will be predicated on contributions to the public good. So those people who are not inheritors, they'll work for 15, 20 years, and then at the end of that period, they'll have the capacity to confer citizenship onto their children. Crossing the border illegally, though, will be an immediate disqualifier for yourself and for all of your children in perpetuity. Those people who violate the border deserve no sympathy. They are not human beings. They are violators of the most sacred law, the law which establishes our borders. The entire concept of law is predicated on jurisdiction, and this is predicated on territory. That is predicated on having a border, a delineation of what is and is not yours and your people's. What is the purview of the law? What is the purview of the jurisdiction, right? So
yeah, perimeter security is the law beyond all laws. If you don't have perimeter security, how can you even have internal laws within your own perimeter? It's just insane. Oh my God, Nora Bandura's boyfriend has arrived. Diego, did you send flowers for Valentine's Day? And did you pay her fucking cash bail?
You son of a bitch! You let I gotta hold my tongue here. I can't believe you did that to that girl. She deserved every bit of it, but it's a shame that you debase yourself in such a manner.
It wasn't just Diego. It was David Bobadilla. They realized they got catfished, and so she got really upset. You don't know the whole story? David fucking spilled the beans, Diego. Busted!
You're going after them virtuous women again, are you, Diego?
Diego, did you hear the one that she actually wrote her own a motion to dismiss, and it said on there?
Apologize to Diego. I told you she was over 40.
Yeah, Abby was right, Diego. She totally was a catfish. And so the point is, in her motion to dismiss to the judge, she wrote, "Free me from this hellhole. I am the true descendant of Ishmael, comma, you bitch. Sincerely, Princessia, aka Nora Bandura." I was like, wow. That's a good motion to dismiss.
I would love to see a with that.
That's a part of the public record. You can actually look that up on LexisNexis right now.
Yeah, it's in Westlaw. She's actually, I mean, the fact of the matter is she went globally viral, and you are just like one step away from also going, viral as a contributor.
Did she actually write that motion?
You've been advocating for younger women that reach the age of 27 hit the wall. Why do you go after all these 40-year-olds like Isa, Nora, and
Elon Musk was just talking about this. He said older women or young 40s are women who can't have children, and thus they're the perfect lovers. And I guess Thomas Jefferson also said the same thing, or Ben Franklin.
At least they admit to it. Or what about Diego?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know that. I was kind of surprised. Like, why the fuck are you going to settle for some low 40 fatty? If you're rich and you have a lot of money, you fuck hot chicks in their 20s. You don't go after, catfish 40s.
How can I when you're dating all the 20-year-olds?
It's not true.
Don't be a hater.
Come on, man. You don't live in Chicago, dude.
Your justification for dating, for flirting and pursuing 40 or 50-year-old women is that Edmund is out competing you?
He's got nothing else, man. He's got to dig deep.
Sorry, your state of affairs is being cat.
Well,
This is what happens when you put a dick in a fucking Palestinian woman.
you got that. Wow.
Did you get over your long COVID flu, Diego? Are you feeling better?
Woo! Feeling good.
Diego, why did you betray Nura?
I didn't betray anybody. Now, stop talking nonsense or give me a link to something.
Just Google Noura Bandura, and you know the true descendant of Ishmael, bitch.
I'm doing that right.
I mean, I just gotta say, I mean, like, if you are in an open marriage, you know, and who knows your real situation. I mean, I've seen you with my own eyes. I've seen your wife and your children. So my point is, you know, if
Why?
you
Let's leave the wife and children into this.
no, the point is, if you're in an open marriage, why not just? I mean, I don't know, like, why can't you just hook up with hot chicks locally? Like, what's the challenge?
Yeah, it really the burning question Edmund is trying to put to you, Diego, is like, what did you were you like? Was you know how did she use an AI filter or like what was she? How did that?
Yeah, I've been telling you guys this whole the fuck all the time. Just waiting for your apology. At least Edmund was man enough to apologize.
The problem is her voice with a fake PTR sounds cute, you know, and that's essentially what Disney character actors are doing, you know.
I told you about her voice.
It's basically the Lisa Simpson. It's you know, yeah, it's exactly. You got catfish, dude, and that's because you're so far out of the game, Diego. You don't even know people
and
catfish.
I, as a person that you don't like and I don't like you, at least I was nice enough to warn you, and you didn't listen, you dumbass.
Yeah, Abby was correct.
You suffer.
I know Abby's not taking this personally or anything.
Diego, do you know how many dates I've been on over the past 10 years where I've been catfish and I'm just like in disbelief that people do that, and then I'm always like laughing at myself because I keep forgetting that people do that?
How many?
I don't know, probably like 10 chicks I've been catfished with, probably. One chick worked for an alcohol distributor, and she was probably posting photos from when she was like 26. This bitch looked 56, and I was like, are you really that mentally deranged that you would waste people's time? And but that's the thing is, it's basically health. I mean, if you catfish, you're not a healthy person. And Noura Bandura...
Edmund, stop changing the subject. We want to know why it is that Diego led this girl on, and we all know he did.
Because he's got the same problem that you and Abby do. You guys are obsessed with the J word. Seriously, it's a word obsession. There's no such thing as J words.
You know what, Edmund? I am not responsible for your male pattern baldness, and neither is Diego. So if we could just stick to the topic and leave your contempt for anyone, who has hair out of this, that'd be great. I just want an answer from Diego. Please don't interrupt me. Let's get an answer, Diego. Why are you leading these women on? I don't share Abby's. I'm not taking this personally, but I think that principally
you didn't want leading him on if he gets something.
No.
Hold on.
She's the woman, and she's trying to come to him, and so his responsibility is to retrieve her, to defend her, and to be honest with her. And if he can't do that, that's craven and cowardly. So how did we get here, Diego? Was she coming to see you?
I don't think there's anybody else in the world, or at least on this app, that understands the way I think more than you, Diogenes. You can answer all the questions.
I don't need to answer those questions. I can tell you I completely failed to understand how you could abandon her like that. You didn't step up.
You think I was with her and then I left?
No, I think that you led her to believe things that you had never intended to deliver on, or that when you had an opportunity to deliver on, you, instead of being honest, you just walked away. Like that's pretty fucked.
Well, I guess that's you made up your mind. So
she made herself vulnerable, did she not?
I don't know. Is that what you felt you saw in the video?
First of all, I didn't watch the video because I don't want to. Abby's not gonna like it, but I don't want to see somebody get humiliated. I hate to watch videos of people getting humiliated. I don't like to see people suffer. I like to think you're the same, Diego. Why did you do this?
I didn't watch the video either. I mean,
okay, well,
maybe a few seconds of it, but.
Well, she was ostensibly coming to see you, Diego.
According to who?
According to everyone.
Okay.
Well, I mean, tell me, correct me, help me understand.
I'm not asking questions about this situation.
know
Steven,
tonight only
there you
not
go.
just the river in
There you
Egypt,
have
right?
your answer. Why men are more fucked than women.
Oh.
I mean, you gotta admit, like, you know, I have had problems with crazy women, but nothing too extreme, you know. But you gotta admit, you have to take some responsibility for clubhouse, you know, love manipulation, especially when people start transporting themselves to meet you. Like, you gotta fucking clean that shit up before shit happens. And look what happened, dude. I mean,
Yeah, what about Bobadilla was more attractive than her?
Money! John, teach me.
there's nothing to teach you. You have children, dude. I have no children. Like, if once I have children, I mean, an orgasm is just an orgasm. Like, I would have no interest in upsetting my normal life with my children or my woman.
What was all this talk about an orgasm is you reaching the connection with the universe and
That's the
light?
metaphor. I think it's pretty obvious.
He was coping. He was just coping with the
No,
fact
it's
that he's
it's
never been
astrology.
inside of a woman with a fertile womb that he just cope.
Yeah, but can't you?
Man.
The thing is, if you already have a wife and children, like your primary is essentially your gateway to the universe. So why you think getting catfished by a 40-year-old J hater on here is even worth your time? I mean,
43.
yeah, you just essentially need to look in the mirror and say, okay, I fucked up,
John,
but you know,
what would Elon say? Or Adrian?
Elon is a fucking
Diego,
sex addict.
There's reasons to believe there are good reasons to believe that Elon Musk is not even capable of obtaining an erection at this point. Okay, people keep saying that Elon Musk is impregnating people, but I have stated this morning, and I will continue to state now, the truth is there are physicians and machines that are impregnating these stupid, dumb bimbo bitches. There's not a penis going near them. Like, he's not some kind of fucking player because somebody's taking sperm and shooting it into them with a turkey baster. Okay?
5 days ago, 5 days ago,
unromantic.
5 days ago, he just randomly blurts out on X Spaces, "Oh, I just got back from her house. I just fucked her." I'm like, whoa, yeah, hot mic right there. I mean, he, you know, I don't know who he's fucking, but he definitely fucks, and I don't know if he has to
Anyone
take that
who's
blue
fucking
pill,
is a
but
prostitute. Anyone who's fucking is a prostitute. Full stop.
well, supposedly he's having a child with that Ashley St. Clair. She's very
You're
hot.
not having a child with someone because you came into a fucking petri dish.
It's a good
And
point.
that person was tricked into believing you're some kind of fucking super genius and not the largest welfare recipient in the nation. And let that petri dish product be directly shat into their fucking womb. Like, that's just stupidity all around. The amount of idiocy involved in it. Like, those people should be institutionalized.
Well, I think what's great is Elon could be getting played with the new pregnancy where she probably fucks some fucking, you know, other dude, and then the next day she fucks Elon. Elon dumps his load in her, and then, you know, a couple months later she's like, "Surprise, Elon, I'm having your baby." And he's like, "Oh, that's excellent news. I'll set you up with a non-disclosure agreement and a contract immediately."
You sound jealous of Elon Musk. Is it because you can't afford to go to Turkey and get hair transplants?
No,
I can hook you up.
I'm a filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker banking on Adrian Dittman to help this bald asshole achieve some type of success, whatever that success may be. I do not know. And I have spent 6 months recording Adrian Dittman across 20 different cell phones. And it's basically, I've come to no conclusion or any type of increased knowledge. He is like anybody on Clown House. He's just here for the memes, the lols, and the dopamine. And there is no greater knowledge or understanding of the universe or myself. It's just, don't get disgusted with people's behavior and what they say.
Here's what I don't understand. If you listen to Adrian Dittman and you believe that is Elon Musk, how could you respect that person? Like, how? Because I've listened to clips of Adrian.
It's
Dittman,
not respect. I just don't ascribe opinion.
I would pack his ass up. I promise you. I would pack his ass up. In any debate where he was not surrounded by his sycophantic cocksuckers, I would pack him up repeatedly. Listen to the way he speaks. Listen to just a clip, a 10-minute clip of him speaking. You tell me that this fucking guy could win a debate with a fucking brick wall.
Yeah, that's why I
Right?
say it's like being on Clubhouse. It's like banging
That's
your
what I
head
don't
against the
understand.
wall. You
That's what I
just
don't
have to
understand.
learn. You have to
Right,
learn.
But you are the one who is invoking his virility in this.
I'm just
conversation
giving
we're having with
gossip
Diego.
on what I've heard because gossip is a category
No,
and
you
it's
invoked
exciting.
Elon Musk in this conversation that we're having, which really I just want answers from Diego. He said he's not answering questions about this, but
This is me helping Diego in
you know
his
what?
time of
Hold on.
need.
I want to come out right now. I want to formally apologize. I do want to formally apologize. I'd like this to go on the record, Mr. Dittman. I'm sorry, I forgot. Edmund. I'd like to go on the record here, Diego. I would like to formally apologize to you. I've been in talks now since I heard about this terrible incident. Me and Abby have been in talks, and I think we've come to the conclusion, collectively we need to apologize because we do recognize that none of this would have happened if we had simply gotten together first and shown you how to do it.
Exactly.
And like lost little puppy dogs, you guys were completely lost. You had no idea what to do, and you had no exemplar to turn to. And as your betters in every way, I can assure you that if you will just let us know ahead of time what you're planning, we'll make sure that we can do it first to set a precedent for you. Okay? So that's my apology to you.
Diogenes.
Hold on, Edmund, hold on. You went ahead and you met one time and it went well, but what in your mind you thought you could do it at the second time, Diego?
I'm not answering questions about that.
I know you don't. I can ask.
I'm not speaking on that topic.
What?
Yeah. You thought I was a Mossad agent? I will show you what a Mossad agent is, okay?
Please show me.
Okay, I will. You don't have to answer questions. We have the answers already.
We're just giving you an opportunity to provide answers.
Did you do that,
Let's put it on
Diogenes?
the record. What? Did I what? Did I what? Did I what?
What these people?
I didn't mod anybody. You think I would mod someone? You know what I do. I demod. I kick.
Oh, bring Don
I
up
cannot
here.
come back if these people are modded.
I didn't mod anyone. I won't mod anyone. I don't know who did that.
Bring Don up here
Do you
because
admit, Diogenes, that Elon's father's a coxman?
Yeah, Elon's father strikes me as the kind of man who absolutely is a coxman, and his son is just a little boy who has been co-opted into something much bigger than him. I mean, any man who needs to go and get hair transplants, like is probably not fit to lead.
Well, that's easy for a Yeti to say.
I'm not a Yeti. I'm far from a Yeti. I mean, I have a nice little. I have some chest hair, but it's not. We're not talking anything crazy. I'm just a man. I'm a simple man.
you don't know that there's vain men out there that think that they look better with hair plugs.
I do. This is why. But look, if you get hair transplant, there are absolutely going to be vain men, and who come in every shape and size. But the men who are so vain that they obtain surgical, interventions to try and like, that's a very feminine coded thing to do, and we don't need more female leadership.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, I used to go to this amazing gym in LA, and a lot of these Persian men would do hair plugs, and you look at them and you're like, don't you know you look like shit?
Look at you.
Don't they look good now? Because, look, my dad, he did it for one line, and it hurt so much, he stopped. So he just has one line of hair.
Danny, I gotta ask you, please. You have a question to answer. When you answer that question, then I'm interested in hearing whatever else you have to say. Okay, but first.
Yeah, I'm a virgin. Yeah, I was a virgin when I got married.
No, you were not.
All right, if you're gonna lie.
Just like Abby, I was a virgin until I was 30.
I mean, you ask your 3-year-old son if he was depressed. I would be depressed if I had a mom like you. Yeah, that does drugs all the time next to the child and smokes and goes on Clubhouse and your child wants attention, and you're just here on Clubhouse trolling everyone like David Bobadilla. Like, come on. Your husband do everything for you. He works, he comes home, he buys you food.
Danny,
Yet
before
come
you,
on here
Danny,
and
before
talk
you
about
get
penis
upset, just
size.
remember that Abby was
Shut
right
up.
about Nora.
Hold on.
I am
hold
right
on.
about everyone.
She's packing him. She's packing her up. Let her go. The girl's lying. She needs to be packed up.
She likes humiliation. That's the worst thing.
So she humiliates her husband, who is working, putting in
Openly
an
here on this app,
effort.
talking about his penis size constantly, that she cannot get satisfaction. Her husband works the whole day.
I'm allowed to
Just
do
home.
taquilla,
Buys
okay?
buys
I'm
food.
allowed to practice
Change the
taquilla.
diapers of- Change the diapers of your 3-year-old son.
What is tequila?
And yet you're on this app constantly trolling people, being the retarded person you are. Like, have
Abby.
a little shame. Jesus
Abby, what
Christ.
is tequila? What is tequila? What is she talking about here?
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
She can blare whatever she wants. You know.
See,
she's
Diego,
fucking
if
idol
you
addict. She's
would have
8 years old.
if you would have met a woman like Abby, Diego, you never would have had any of these problems. You see the difference?
Silence. Silence.
Silence, please.
Silence, please.
Silence is acquiescence. Silence is acceptance.
And you were flirting openly with black men on here. Let's be honest now.
Whoa.
We have seen it.
Danny is flirting with black men.
Yes. She's Jewish,
Wow.
obviously.
Wow.
Abby, you claim also to be Jewish, and I recently asked King Chucky.
I'm my father's daughter. I told you from the beginning.
You said your mom is Jewish.
That's
Yeah, my father is not.
that's taquilla too. You know,
I don't give a
she's
shit about your
constantly
tequila.
doing
What is
taquilla.
taquila? What is this? What, taquitos? I love taquitos. What does this have to do with? Hold on. What is her what does her prostitute-like behavior have to do with Takis, taquitos, whatever this is? What are we talking about here?
This is just Danny's way of getting packed up. Danny, just stop getting yourself packed up. I mean,
Hold on. What are Takis?
she's making some kind of Islamic reference.
Openly flirting with Lou and next to her fucking child.
Takis are a Mexican brand of flavored rolled tortilla
His
chips.
daddy, sorry.
Oh man, so Takis are killing her children.
Yeah,
That's
they're
right.
giving
That's
everyone colon cancer throughout the world.
Can I kick her? Can I kick her? Can I kick her? Hey, Danny, you're not only a slut, you're a lying slut. How she saw herself out. I didn't kick her. I was gonna shout at her first, but.
Damn, Abby is queen of pack
She
up.
asked her son, "Are you depressed?" At the age of 3. Come on now.
I'm thinking about my
Damn.
3-year-old.
Abby, what's the solution then for being a more responsible Clubhouse user?
Gas chamber.
Yeah, Edmund has a point. Edmund has a point there. But to be clear, if you are the primary caregiver for a 3-year-old child, and
She's not
We're
doing
not
anything. She's next to her child talking about sex with men on this app. Like, come on. I'm being honest. Lou, you were there. If you're an honest man, you would confirm.
she's insulting her husband publicly while married to him, while in the presence of his child. That's going to be a
Yes.
big no for me, dog.
Yes, all the time fighting.
Gas
in front of
chamber,
him.
like you said, gas chamber. Holy
Sounds
shit!
like attached to me, man.
It's horrible. You haven't even seen it all. Like, come on. It's horrible. I feel so bad for that man, but that man is dumb enough to fucking come on this app and defend her.
Have you seen his picture?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I'm just
Like,
saying
great
that.
man. No wonder the Turks fucking conquered your ass.
I mean, Abby, you have no child. You are in the grocery
I
store
don't care. I
generally.
wouldn't be like her if I had one.
Well,
I
the
can guarantee
point is, I don't know if you know about neurolinguistic programming, but I gotta say,
I
like,
don't know if you know. You listen to me now. I was right about a lot of stuff now.
well, I'm just saying you may be projecting somewhat, even though you're not projecting.
How am I
Is
projecting?
this Is this the Anne that is a big Trump fan?
Yeah.
Edmund seems like the kind of person that would steal your bike too.
Yeah, it's okay.
Steal her bike? What would I want with her piece of shit bike? Put it on fucking Craigslist? Shut up, man.
You absolutely have stolen bikes before.
Okay, maybe once because a neighbor owed me some money.
That is my bike
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Yeah. blackface on. Who else knew that Abby was going to be in Chicago? It was you in blackface, wasn't it?
As soon as
Blackface.
I got off the
Welcome to
Oh
Chicago.
my God.
I
You
take the tram home.
gangster.
As I take the tram home and I need to do one fucking change, and there were you, waiting for
She
me.
said she was reliving my YouTube videos when she was on the train.
Me?
Yeah,
I
you
saw
said you
Lincoln
saw Jefferson
I was-
Park.
I got anxiety. I was like, fuck, what did he want
And then
me
you
now?
chased her back to her hotel room.
No, the only person I've ever
No,
met
no.
from this app is Diego. And that was
I thought you were
random
saying
as
that
hell.
you
Random as
observed
hell.
him in public.
I hear my name echo out in the sky like, Edmund? From Clubhouse? Edmund Dakin? I look over and I see what looks to be an economist and a praxeologist with dandruff and thinning hair and a jalopy. And I was like, is that Don Diego? The self-taught economist and praxeologist?
Diego,
Funny.
go. Don Diego.
Wait, Diego, are you gonna break up with Nura now?
He already did. He's not going to answer questions, but I'm sure he already did. At the moment that the press got bad, he said, fuck that, I'm out, bitch. Silence, please.
See, that's why I'm saying the fact that she's in jail is like the greatest thing that's ever happened to Diego. It's like literally almost getting burned by the sun, and then sure enough, the sun turns off.
Hold on, she doesn't only have the stamina to read books and watch movies.
You're not
Take a plane
listening.
to fucking New York.
You're not listening.
I had the stamina to go from Germany to Chicago, yeah? And I wasn't viral on YouTube. Oh, sorry, Twitter.
How long is that flight from Germany?
I got to watch the video.
I mean-
watch the video. I don't want to watch the video, but I'm going to watch the video.
No, you're gonna watch it.
Listen, I have created a
If
super
I ever
clip.
meet you, we're gonna watch it together.
I have spent 3 days creating a super clip of Nora Bandura fawning over Diego.
So fucking turned on.
Oh, Diego. Oh, you're so handsome. I love you, Diego.
Yeah, you stupid slut. Yeah, try to fight the police. Yeah, you dumb bitch. Oh my God, you're so dumb. Look at you, ugly old fuck.
Diego.
At least, hold on, Edmund, hold on. At least, Diego, I want you. Even if you don't like me, I want you. I hope you realize I did us for the greater good. And now you know that I don't talk shit, okay? Oh, you can be angry. I know I remind you of your mother that you don't like, but...
Damn, Abby is fucking changing the world from her mother's basement.
Anyways,
That's funny.
and so you've achieved a great victory politically, haven't you?
Well, I don't know yet.
Wait, Nigel, you have to come to my mom's
I
basement.
don't
You
know
can
yet.
change the world with me.
Your mom sounds like a real nice woman. I'd be happy to visit her basement.
She's very nice.
Elon
I'll
Musk,
Hitler.
I don't trust an autistic atheist. I don't give
Wait.
a fuck what.
So we have another pro-Trump, anti-Elon moron. Oh my God! Hit the wickets.
Wait, why do you think he's an atheist, Dan? Because he's not Catholic?
I didn't say that.
I
Ann said that.
I said it.
And what kind of a woman takes a photo with a pedophile?
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
Just answer the question, Ann. What kind of
I
woman?
mean, not every priest is a pedophile, obviously, but how do you really know?
That's Archbishop. That's not.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ali Alexander.
Oh, by the way, did you see that Ali Alexander has a picture with Ashley Sinclair?
Oh, wow.
You didn't see it?
Hey, I gotta ask you, Ann, how many times have you had whatever guy it is that you're currently letting fuck you pretend to be Elon Musk or Donald Trump?
I'm still a Joe Hero.
How many times has he pretended? You know, or is it every
Oh my
time?
god, I don't even want to know this
To be
answer.
Donald Trump or JD Vance.
Ew.
Hey, conservatives,
Guys, I
man.
want you to
What are you
put
gonna do?
eyeliner on.
Then ask my opinion about Trump.
So you were the one who voted for him. You were the one who voted for him, and you were the one who created and fostered an ideological echo chamber where criticism of Donald Trump leading up to the election was completely unacceptable. I was right about absolutely everything I believed would take place, that Donald Trump would win the election, that it was a shoo-in victory to restore the perception of legitimacy of the state, and you and all of your hyena jackass companions in this ideological echo chamber constantly shouted and bayed and brayed like the moronic low IQ imbeciles you desire to be, that no, you're wrong, Diogenes, this is not the right, we're gonna win a big victories. And I want to know, how's your victory coming? How are things going for you? Everything better now, right?
I wouldn't say so. I don't.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
You did, yeah.
You just wanted Trump to grab her pussy.
So yeah, I know she does.
What?
I know she does. I know she does.
Diogenes, come on.
I know she does.
I expect this from Steven, but not from you.
I have no respect for you anymore, man. I have no respect for you. I'm sorry. Where do you think, where is there anywhere, what is there anything I've ever said or done that would lead anyone to believe that once I determine that you are a whore, you're a slut, or worse, intellectually dishonest, that I would have any respect for you? You should expect nothing but contempt from me. You have done nothing.
You said I was intellectual. That's amazing.
I think that you fail to comprehend the words that I'm speaking, but it's par for the course.
You said intellectually dishonest.
Yes.
So you're still saying that.
You hear what you want to hear and you see what you want to
Yeah,
see.
baby. Yeah.
Steven, show your face.
Don't. I don't want to see that again. Please don't do that. Anyways, okay. Well, that was boring. These fucking Trumpers are just made out of paper. They're pathetic.
But what are the numbers of deportations?
You didn't even ask my
Would you
opinion.
say
so far.
If I give it to you, you're still gonna somehow tell me I'm a fucking retard. Even if you agreed with me, you still are gonna call me a fucking retard.
So ultimately, and the issue is not whether or not someone will agree with you,
Well,
because
like,
it's easy enough to get someone. It's easy enough to create the conditions under which someone will agree with you, especially if that person doesn't have principle. So the distinction between someone who's agreeing with you because they agree with the principles, they agree with the persuasion, the reason, the logic of your argument, is very different than a person who agrees with you because they want to conform to the environment that they currently find themselves in, and you just conform to the environment. I remember you. Andrew Meyer, Joe Hero, a whole host of other people, like you all proved that you have no interest in having any kind of rigorous fact-finding debate. All you're interested in is supporting a team, regardless of the principles, regardless of the foundations, regardless of whether or not the law is consistently and uniformly enforced. You just want to be a part of a team. You're just disgusting, despicable. You're not consistent. And you pretend, that's really the worst of it, is that you pretend that you're a conservative. You pretend that you like tradition. But in actuality, you've never grown up past the age of 16 and trying to compete with girls who are half your age, and it's pathetic.
Not true. But I don't feel like arguing with you. So
Ship her out. She's been packed up.
where am I being shipped off to?
The pointless forest.
Steven,
What?
since when
What
did you
did you
become
say?
a huge douchebag?
The pointless forest.
I know.
The pointless
when
forest.
did you become a douchebag? Hello, Steven?
Oh, that's
I
a loaded
haven't-
question. He doesn't answer loaded questions.
Wait, hold on. I'm so mad
He
because
doesn't answer loaded questions. He's not going to answer that question. I advise my client not to answer that question. Don't answer that question, Steve. You don't have to answer that question.
You don't have to
Objection.
answer that
I'll gladly answer that question. Well, and I haven't stuck my dick in you, so I'm not a douchebag.
Oh, where's the ding? Where's the ding? Where's the ding?
that's retarded. That's retarded.
Way to read the room, Steven. Well done.
Yeah, I get it.
How does it feel, Ann? You like that?
Do I like what?
You like
My
getting
dad's
treated this way?
name is Steven, so I like his name, but
Oh my God, I can't take any more of this.
why?
Did you
remove her
from the room?
Why is that surprising to anyone?
I don't know.
Because it was actually content that was. Because it's kind of rude.
it's rude, just weird clubhouse behavior. I think that's why it's surprising to me. That I think that, I mean, if I may elaborate with just one more sentence. In my understanding, the remove from the room. Okay.
8.
Cool.
7. 6.
You're an asshole. That's why it's surprising.
Don't do
I'm
that.
just surprised by how cruel
3.
you are and what a stupid douchebag
2.
you are. You're gonna remove me too.
1. You wish.
No, I just was answering your question. I was surprised that you removed her because it seemed like a weird, rude thing to do. I like Anne.
Are you new to Clubhouse? Oh, well, I mean, I think a lot of people.
No, but I think that type of behavior. I think that your
He
type of
wants to
behavior.
grab Ann.
I think that type of behavior has gone out of fashion. I think that's like 2 years ago Clubhouse behavior, and I think most people have elevated it.
Zach, dear boy, my dear boy.
You're 100, but you're like not a man enough to.
Diego and I have had a lot of actual
Shut up,
good
I'm
conversations.
talking, Zach.
So now you have the moderator
Jewish
badge.
modern-
Listen, Zach.
Jewish woman is talking, so don't talk over her.
Silence, please.
Exactly.
So,
You don't have
Zach.
the stamina to be on mute.
Let the chosen ones.
It's gonna go in the audience. Yeah, Diego. What I was surprised about is you give Anne so much shit, but I didn't hear you giving so much shit to this fucking faggot, Diego.
Anne still owes me a date.
I know, because she's 40 plus.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you gotta
And she
be,
hit
right?
the wall.
And how old are you, Abby?
I'm 31.
Okay. Are you ever gonna post a picture of your face so we can see what you
You
look
know
like?
how I look like.
So,
No, I
Zach.
don't.
Zach.
You don't need to know how I look like, first of all. I don't care.
I think
about
if you're
the-
insulting other people's
You
age,
think I
you
need
should
to
submit
say
your age to be insulted, and if you're insulting women's appearance, then I should
What was
get to see what
insulting?
you
What
look
was
like to see
insulting?
if you're hot or not.
What was
I don't
insulting
care
about
if you
pointing
think
out her
I'm hot or
age?
not. What do you think I'm gonna-
Zach.
What do you think that my words are meaning more if I'm hot or not?
Yes, exactly. What do you think? You think a person's value?
It's about it's a ugly.
Yeah, you think a person.
It's an ugly
saying if you're not-
Yeah, okay.
If you're
Now,
not,
Diogenes is another person who doesn't post his face. Nobody knows what Diogenes looks
That's why
like.
your
a
fucking
lot
country
of
goes to
people
shit.
know what I look like.
That's why your fucking country goes to shit.
Oh.
I posted my face. Diego, show my
It
face.
doesn't have to.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead,
don't know if
Diego.
I don't know if I have your ugly mug.
No, do the Hitler one.
Does he look
Ugly.
normal?
Look at your fucking
Do the
self.
Hitler one.
Does he look like a
That
normal
Let me see if I can find
person?
him.
Is he like a crazy person?
Yeah, I'm absolutely a crazy person.
Yeah,
So,
he
Zach,
acts like it.
Zach, let's go.
Why do you care how people look like, dumbass?
Yeah,
I don't. You were the one who was saying that Anne is bad for being 40 plus or something.
Did
You're
I-
the
did
one.
I say-
No, okay, all right, quiet, guys. Come on, let's be clear. Zach, don't be a fucking
Diogenes isn't
genius.
talking, guys.
You're gonna get
Abby and
muted.
Zach
You're
have
gonna
to
get
mute
I
up.
have no issues with that.
Zach, you lying piece of shit, you little rat bastard. You absolutely responded to Abby bringing up ages by saying, well, then post your picture. So don't try to rat fuck your way out of that.
Zach, PTR.
Absolutely said,
That's Diagonal.
post your picture. Who told him I was gay? There I am, right there.
Sorry.
Oh, geez, I wonder how Diego got that picture. How did Diego get that picture? Oh, he must have stolen it. He must have hacked it. Fucking faggot. Unbelievable. I can't believe that he would try to lie. Like, I didn't say about the way you look. He can raise his hand. I
he
kick
lies
him down.
constantly.
I know, yeah. And it's funny that he
And then
would say, like,
calls
oh,
me
I'm
a
looking
Mossad
at you.
agent. What the fucking retard?
Well, you are a Mossad agent.
No, I'm not.
I'm really confused
I
about
will
this.
show you. I will show you what a Mossad agent is.
Okay, I must have conflated that with being a Mossad agent. So you've just got experience. Are replays on? If replays are on, we'll hear you lie, Zach. Although I gotta be honest, it's possible you're too stupid and you have some kind of memory loss. You know, you're not actually aware of the things that you said. You brought up the way people look. Abby simply made a joke about Diego being attracted to women who are old.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
because
you said, how old are you? And she answered immediately. And they said, oh yeah, post your picture, which is apropos of nothing Abby said. You just came up with that because you're fucking thirsting. But guess what? Abby doesn't try to put herself forward on the internet based on the way that she looks. She doesn't try to modify your perception of her with the way that she appears. as sexually appealing because she's not a whore. I know that's something
He's
to
not used to that. He's
struggle with.
only
Right?
used to
Exactly. I'm
therefore
gonna tell him. I'm gonna like, you're not aware of many women in your life.
Something.
Yeah. Oh, he's single too. Great. How many children do you have, Zach?
He's going after all the men go after Al. He's one of them.
Oh. Did they get your foreskin too, Zach? Is that what happened?
And she's playing all of you, by the way. She won none of you.
Did you say all the guys are going after L?
They did get my foreskin, but I don't have Stockholm syndrome, right? They took my foreskin. I recognize their responsibility for it, and I'm going to hold them accountable. Most guys are rolling over like, oh, please, please.
Most guys are like, oh, they did it because it's hygienic.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Abby, I was listening to a congressional hearing about the USAID thing, and multiple Congress people brought up the money that was being spent on circumcision, and they were talking about it like it needs to be defended. We need to fund circumcising millions of kids in fucking Gambia. It was insane and particularly infuriating.
Yep.
Oh, somebody also posted this guy. He left. He's like, don't talk about my poor mutilated little penis. Don't talk about my big giant monster cock with mushroom tip. That's
big white monster, zero foreskin.
That's right. Abby, you have my permission to send that picture to anyone who pays for it, okay? So if Diego wants the money, you can send him any picture you like.
I don't know. I think Diego now needs to pay interest rate plus an apology.
Yeah. Well, that's up to you.
Be less of a faggot and be a man and have some
accountability. You need to be a man, Diego. You need to be a man. You need to tell me.
I want the same energy for Diego that you gave Anne. At least I'm being fair.
Whoa.
And you know how much I don't like Anne.
Look, Diego came into the room, and what did I do? I started castigating, criticizing, and
Yeah, but
questioning.
you were too nice. He's lying.
Well, Diego has never.
How would I know? You knew exactly she left. You knew she left her house for you.
Okay, so Diego has never, ever got into a room with. In fact, Diego, to his credit, has given me the opportunity and the time of day and allowed room for me to be heard on several different issues when I was getting into Clubhouse. So Diego's failings are not. Absolutely, I disagree with Diego abandoning Noura as much as I dislike Noura.
Me too.
What?
Me too. As much as I dislike Noura, I think you should have been.
Yeah, we're not just sad for Noura. We're also upset with you.
I'm not sad for her, by the way. I think she deserved that shit.
She did. Yeah. She built that house of cards.
And listen, Diego, God loves me, and I said it before, and it happens over and over again. Shuki called me a whore. Look what happened. He got in a major car accident. If he keeps on going, he's not going to survive.
Aren't you Jewish?
Yeah, and look where Noura is now. You're next, Diego. I just leave it up to God, okay?
Yeah, be careful. Check the brakes on that jalopy, Diego.
What's God's name to you? Shaitan?
Yeah, Shaitan. You can call it Shaitan. You can call it Angel.
I mean, in hindsight, Noura has been seen by like 1 billion people because she went globally viral. Yeah. So technically, she's actually more attractive now than she's ever been before.
But what did she say that was a lie?
That she is the true descendant of Ishmael, bitch.
Did she really say that?
You didn't watch the video of the bitch that you bought a ticket for to come to New York City who had a mental health breakdown in the fucking lobby? You didn't spend 2 to 3 minutes watching the fucking video. You're so stupid. You're full of shit.
It's funny. People are now going around saying that Rick went there to interview and that he's a journalist. Like, nobody would believe he's a journalist unless he says he's Michael Moore or something, since he looks like him.
I mean, do you want me to play the video so you can hear the audio?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that should see it, though.
Let's do it. I should see it.
I mean, do you want to hear it? I mean, Diego, are you being honest? You actually haven't spent...
Haven't you guys watched it yet?
I did. I watched it over and over again, and it came to it like 10,000 times.
I don't like to see people getting humiliated and abandoned.
you don't like to see people getting humiliated, but you just
Abandoned.
went on a
Do you think-
tirade
do you
trying
think
to
that was
humiliate me.
humiliating?
Zach,
You
called
think
me
that was
a
humiliating?
faggot.
You think that was humiliating to Anne? Are you such a child that was humiliating you?
You should apologize to Zach.
I think it is,
No.
yeah. I mean, I do. I think it's fundamentally hypocritical
Okay,
to say
stop.
that you're
Does
opposed
it-
to humiliating people or you don't like seeing people
Zach, you're
humiliated.
purposely.
You're such an asshole.
Hold on. Do you think that
I'm
you think
actually
that-
like a nice person, though. That's the fundamental difference.
I'm no nice person.
if someone had confronted Nura and told her, "Hey, you're a whore," I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't think she was being humiliated. I would be like, "That's true. You're making a true statement."
It is true.
I have no problem with people speaking the truth. The problem that I have is that she was abandoned and humiliated.
And who was the
She
guy?
expected someone to stand up for her. She
What about
expected
her
someone-
parents?
Zach, don't you understand how the game of the spider and the web works? You're the fly right now, Zach. Diogenes and Abby are the spiders on their web of despair. Don't take it so literally, Zach.
And we are
You're taking it
happy.
way too seriously. This is a fucking spider web of despair. Don't take it literally.
I do acknowledge that, but it still makes it's
Okay,
like
then go
it's
on
for
the-
that reason
Don't
that it
fly
makes me
somewhere else.
sad.
The web is sticky, Lou. The web is sticky.
Zach, these anti-Semitic Jew-hating Nazis are essentially fishermen casting a fishing net, and we are their fish at the present moment. They are feasting on their haul. Diego is included. Stephen, myself, Ape, Dave, we are all in their fishing net right now. They are fishermen and fisherwomen.
Just let her loud.
I just wonder if Nora wasn't such a whore. Who was the person she's sitting next to a cab and claiming that was her boyfriend? I will never do that to Diogenes.
Is that Diego you're referring to?
No, a more attractive man apparently, according to himself.
I mean, do you know how many months I heard Nora saying, "Oh, Diego, you are so handsome and so
but she
right. I
also
love
knows
you.
that man.
I love you, Diego. Oh, he's so handsome. I love him."
I also know that she was into black men on here, like at least 2 people I can name.
Wow, how does that make you feel, Diego?
Yeah, Diego.
I love him so
I don't know
much.
that she didn't say where she was going, and Abby, with one of her fake accounts, went ahead and told our clubhouse Jews, and then they sabotaged her.
How?
Yep.
How did they sabotage her?
Do you want me to hire Seth Bell to do an anti-defamation type of lawsuit against you? We know where your office is.
Seth Bell, huh?
Yeah, that's
work with
the
Seth
man
Bell?
that's the man that's recorded her.
You work with Seth Bell? Me too, Diego.
That surname sounds fake.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever like torn your nail off? Like on a
Oh,
yeah.
why did you do that to yourself?
You know, there's something in Jewish folklore about clipping your nails, like and when to do it in magical operations. It's, very rudimentary magic, but apparently, clipping your fingernails at the right time with the right things and this and that can create miracles. Rabboino Shalom.
Let's while I've got the time here, Zach, why don't you help me understand what it is that I'm missing about Anne? Because you said you like her, and you said you put yourself forward as an honest guy. You clearly take yourself seriously. It's strange that you've been on Clubhouse for multiple years, and you think that harsh words are humiliation, and you're single, and I think that tells us all something about your grasp on reality.
Why do you think he's single?
Just let him go. Let him continue. I want to hear what he has to
Flirting
say.
with women on here.
I want to hear what he has to say.
Don't fall for the bait. Don't fall for this bait. This is a trick question.
I'm not falling for the bait. I went to work. I'm smoking a J. I'm going to go to the gym. I've got a full day ahead of me. I'm doing a clubhouse joint time. We could be doing Dow and Danya.
Yeah.
Did you vote for Trump, Zach?
Yes, I voted for Trump for the first time. This is the first time I voted Republican in my life. Was 2024 voting for Trump.
But you didn't do it for America. You did it for.
I would like.
No, I did it for I did it primarily for liberals, for
Okay, I would like
tears
to,
of the woke. Tears of the woke.
I would like to submit to the record that this is further evidence of my assertion, primary to the election of Donald Trump, that as proof that Donald Trump would win the election, I pointed to people who were formerly voting Democrat.
Oh, I told you, there's a bunch of people like me. I mean, that's the only thing that gives me hope every day. Is that
I
there's
was
more
just
people
gonna
like